somebody from the either somebody from the Middle East or somebody that likes to hang out in Times Square talking about the Jews. Oh my goodness. We're the original Jews, right? The white people this and the white man this. And the blacks are the this and that and the Israelites, blah blah blah, and the white man, and the white man he hath holdeth backeth. How you overtly racist in Times Square? In anti-racist Times Square. How are you openly racist in Times Square? Could you imagine? Now this is something, this is some commentary that, you know, clowns like Candace Owens and Officer Tatum would love to hear coming from my mouth or from anybody's mouth, right? You know? Imagine if a white man went into Times Square talking about the blacks this and the blacks that and the blacks are racist and the blacks they're taking our jobs and they trying to act like they built this country, but this country was built by the white man. The white man is you know, there's a study, some doctor from a country in Africa, he did a study and he found that the black brain is not the same as the white brain. Can you imagine what would happen if somebody was in Times Square with some pink skin talking about some black man this and black man that and the whites are superior? Like, what? Man, they would shut you so far down. But as long as you wear a hat like this, and again, I do recognize this is the kind of BS that Candace Owens loves talking. Think about it, it's not what she talks about, it's what she doesn't talk about. That's all these propagandists. It's not what they talk about, it's what they don't talk about. And that's how people get twisted up, because they say, no, but what they're saying is the truth. And they might say something that's the truth, but that's not the point. The lies of omission is the most powerful weapon of the American propagandists, right? So whether it's Candace Owens, Officer Tatum, again, devil's in the details.
In
and
1
it's
mile,
about what they don't
exit
say, what
right.
they're not talking about, more so than what they do say. They say enough garbage that if you want to just focus on that, if your focus is just to attack them and you just want to be, you know, representing your tribe, I represent my tribe. I'm against racist conservatives. That's my tribe, and what they said is it's racist and it's dumb. They're just dumb. If that's your point, right? Then be good.
Hazard
Do your
reported
thing, man.
ahead.
There's a lot of material you could jump on and act
In
as
a
if
quarter
it's
of a mile,
outrageous to you.
exit right.
And some of it might actually be outrageous to you, but you know, there's a lot of faking the funk going on in this country. But again, it's not about what they say, it's what they don't say. Right. On that note,
Exit
I
right.
finally made that step. That was a big step of actually sleeping in the Donnie Doofus van. I keep forgetting if it's Doofus Donnie or Donnie Doofus. Whatever, it's Donnie, it's Doofus. Whatever order makes you feel better. So the first objective with the Donnie Doofus Prepper Armageddon van, World War III, off the grid, not really off the grid yet, we're hybrid right now, but we're getting close to making that move. I still haven't even finished all my blackouts yet. I'm almost done. I've got blackouts for for the second row, left and right. I've got blackouts for the rear window, rear side windows, left and right. And now today I finally worked on the blackout for the oh man, I hope I have my glue with me. Worked out on the blackout for the rear window. I think I made some mistakes with that one. I did something new. I did it kind of what's the word, sort of on the fly kind of thing. So normally I would do a template with foil, and then I would, you know, it's entirely too much effort to pretend or to project your manliness using beards. I can't do it, man. I don't know how guys do that. They put on these big beards so they could make them feel more manly and like, I'm a red man, I'm an alpha. I mean, some guys just like beards for different reasons, but there's definitely some of them that are there. It's about the image and trying to project their masculinity. For me, just so you know, if you want to know how busy I am, how crazy my life is, look at how much facial hair I have. You know, shaving is something, you know, you got to keep up with, and but it's something that's not, it's not a necessary thing. So when I have limited time, right, and my schedule's a little hectic, you know, I'm gonna omit things that are not really a big priority, like shaving, right? So it's just so many things on my plate, so many things to get done. If I don't need to shave, then I'm like, whatever, dude. Right? That's my attitude, whatever. So the busier it gets, the crazier it gets, that's the more facial hair. I'm not really particularly a beard guy. I mean, it's cool, but it's annoying, man. That's what I'm saying. Anyone who is doing a beard because of trying to, like, insecurity or whatever, man, more power to you. I mean, even for the guys that legit are beard guys, they just like the look, that's your style. Even for those guys, like, I don't have that much beard, and it's annoying as hell. Like, when you're eating, your food gets all caught up in it. It's almost like you're putting yourself in a position of a woman, ironically. All right, if you're doing it for masculinity, you put yourself in a woman's position, because women are more high maintenance. And this video went in a whole different direction. Women are more high maintenance, right? Typically, right? Their hair, for example, takes a lot of time. They doing all kinds of stuff. It's expensive. You go to these salons, for those who do that. It's a big deal. It's high maintenance, right? For a guy, generally we could just rock with a brush, right? We just brush our hair and we're good. I mean, there's not much going on. But if you get all bearded up, now you're moving closer to a woman's experience, right? Because with a beard, you know, just simply, if you're shaving, just shaving off clean, that's simple. But with the beard, you got to do your lineup, right? And you want to set the length the way you want it to. I think there's products that people are putting in their beards as well. Maybe you want to hide your gray. I mean, that's some high maintenance stuff. That's, again, you're getting into, like, this is a woman's experience, right? And then the high maintenance of, you know, eating and food gets on it. You know, a woman with long hair, she can't even have a good time with her let's just say her lover, without the hair getting in the way. Hair's in his face and his eyes. Maybe he likes that, right? It's a problem, right? But guys, again, generally we don't have that problem. We just got a brush, we're good. If you're clean shaven, you're good. Even if you have a little, like a mustache, a little something, but when you got a deep ass beard, man, you better be a beard guy. If you're doing that to fake the funk, man, whatever. So anyway, I don't know how we got on talking about beards, but so I got to as far as blackouts, I have a rough template for the front windows. I need to finish it and then build the blackouts for it. I think I have all the material I need because of my latest purchase for the prepper van, which allowed me to sleep in here last night. The front, I'm using just like a sunshade type of thing, trying to be sneaky. right? Oh, it's just a sunshade, nothing to see here, because it's a stealth van. It's not supposed to look like it's a camper van or something. It's just a regular piece of crap van. Whoever owns it is obviously broke as hell. You got rust everywhere. I mean, it looks like crap, right? I mean, even if you're working at Best Buy, you should be able to afford something much better than this, right? This is $1,800, right? And they pay cash for it. You could get something that's 3 times the cost and have, which is nothing, right? That 3 times the cost of $1,800 is nothing. And if you're really, really low on cash, you work in Best Buy or whatever, you can finance it, right? Not as old as this probably, but you finance something that's like $4 grand, $5 grand. Your monthly payments are garbage, man. It's nothing. So you can afford that on your whatever. So this looks like somebody that has no money, broke as hell. So there's nothing in here that is of any interest. It's just a crappy van, right? That's the idea. So sunshade. So the idea is the night mode. You got the sunshade up, so it's just a regular sunshade. You've got the windows blacked out, and the trick with the blackouts is you got to have the windows tinted. Check with the regulations where you are. Get the darkest that's legal and that you're comfortable with in terms of like driving at night or whatever. And then once you've tinted your windows, you black out the windows. You make the basically the cardboard box, the black material, right? That's non-reflective, felt, fleece, whatever, right? And you face it out. So that's the trick. As long as it's close enough to windows, the effect is that you've got extremely dark tint. You don't want, again, anything that looks not normal. That's the point of stealth, right? So everything that they see when someone looks at your van is just normal stuff. It's just a van. It's a piece of crap van, right? You got a sunshade in the front. Okay, whatever. That's a normal thing, right? You look at the windows and they're tinted out. Okay, tint is not a weird thing, right? That's something, I don't have my laptop here. That's something people do with normal cars, right? Blocking out the sun or privacy or for the looks. And that's it. That's all you see, right? Tinted windows, and a sunshade, right? You want to make sure there's nothing weird. Well, if you're completely blacked out, then it doesn't matter what's inside the car. But another trick is that you don't black out the front windows, or the windshield, perhaps, possibly. But you make sure your front is clear, so someone can peek in and they just see van interior. It's not a bunch of stuff on the seat or anything weird. It looks like someone's living in their clothes and stuff like that. So that actually could be an extra level of stealth, because you're allowing people to see rather than block everything out, and add just a little layer of like mystique, like what's going on with this dark tint. If you allow people to see in the windshield and the side windows, passenger and driver, then you give them nothing for any narrative, right? All they see is the interior. They don't see any of your stuff in there, unless it's a prop deliberately placed there to mislead people into thinking. That's a cop car right there, I think. To mislead people into thinking that, you know, you are cop, well, blacked out. Yeah, blacked out. So in that context, a Ford car like that, blacked out the way it's blacked out, looks a little fishy, right? This is a Japanese minivan that looks like crap. I don't think people are thinking anything. And you're not going to necessarily see that there's tint necessarily. It's night, it's dark, you can't really see well. But if you, for whatever reason, decide to take a closer look at the van and you try to look through the windows, what the perception you're going to get is that, okay, this guy's got some serious tint. If you come within, I would say 5-6 inches of the windows, then you might start to see some of the pattern, some of the texture from the blackouts. So that might give you, depending how smart you are, you might get a little like, what's that about? But that's it. You got to get that close. You got to really, really be curious about this van. So you get that close and check it out, and you think about it, like, what does this mean to really get anything? Otherwise, people
in 1 mile
just walk right by,
continue straight,
not think anything of it. There's other stuff you got to consider: condensation, cold weather, windows getting all wet because of your condensation, you're breathing and stuff. Cooking, are you going to cook in a van, cook outside the van? You know, that's something. There's safety issues, fire inside the vehicle, fumes. I got my carbon monoxide detector right there. I need a fire extinguisher as well. First aid kit should be in here as well. You want to think about your personal security
in
as
a
well.
quarter of a mile,
so
continue straight.
Whatever your gun laws are, wherever you are, if it allows you to keep a gun in your vehicle, you know, and that's what you need to feel safe.
Continue straight.
That you got pepper
in 1
spray.
mile, keep left.
You know, whatever you need. That you should have something. You're gonna be sleeping random places. You want to have something to protect yourself, because there's a level of vulnerability. I mean, someone smashes through the window, right? For whatever reason, someone decides they're gonna smash through your window, which is another reason why I think it's better to have a crappy looking van, because the odds of someone wanting to do, like, why would you want to smash through the window of some crappy looking old van? Like, it's not going to be fun for joyride.
In a quarter of a mile,
anything of value
keep
in
left.
there. It might be nasty in there too, who knows. But if somebody does decide to do it, they smash through and then boom, they're right next to you, right? They've got a super edge on you in terms of surprise advantage.
Keep left.
Someone breaks into your house, they set up an alarm, or you hear it from upstairs or other part of the house. You have time to hear the sound, get out of your sleep, so wake up, and then take action, hide, attack, whatever it is.
In 1 mile,
car,
continue
someone
straight.
smashes through, you're at a serious disadvantage. They are wide awake, you know, so their mind is ready and active to spot you, right, and do whatever they want to do. And they have quite a bit of time before you're fully alert. I don't know what the reaction time is. I guess it depends on the person. The reaction time of, you know, getting out of a deep sleep instantly by a noise, adrenaline rush helping you out, so that kind of offsets things a little bit.
In
The
a quarter of
adrenaline
a
rush is gonna
mile,
give you a boost,
continue straight.
so you'll be operating at a higher level of performance than normal. But still, there's a delay, man. Your CPU has to boot up, and while it's booting up, whoever is trying to get
Continue
you,
straight.
again, they're fully alert. They got the edge. They're sharp. They're seeing you. They spot you first, and they have a clear mind to think about what they want to do next, while you're fumbling around thinking about if it's a dream or it's real. So that's something to think about. So you know, if that happens, what you have. So you want to have something in your vehicle, and you want to think about that. Think about where you're parking. So anyway, so how was I able to? I'm gonna lose you guys pretty soon. So let me wrap this up. How was I able to make that move? So I got the stink out. I think they spilled food in here, is what it was. It was pretty bad. Not the whole van, but you could smell it, and it was like by the corner of the seat, the legs for the seat. So that was days and days and days of different things. The biggest thing I did is I soaked the carpet with like did laundry detergent with like Oxy, and also with warm water, and I'm trenching it, and I'm taking the sponge and I'm soaking the water out, drenching it again and soaking it out. So I'm trying to get the effect of like throwing the carpet on a washing machine, getting it soaked so you can get the filth out, right? And then drying it was the toughest thing. I had fans all night running, blowing on the carpet. After I did the sponging, to get the water out, and then I did days and days of baking soda with odor control, whatever mumbo jumbo in there. I just sprinkle it in all the problem spots and left it there for days, vacuum it up, sprinkled it again, and now it smells really nice in here. There's still a little something somewhere. I didn't smell any of that last night, thankfully, but there was, well, maybe because of the latest sprinkle. I did do baking soda again, but there was something the other day. I was smelling something in here, but anyway, it smells fresh. Everyone that's been in here, the first thing they said, I didn't say anything about smells. They're like, wow, it smells great in here, as it should, because of all the cleaning I've done and all those things that I'm using have fragrances, right? So yeah, so that was a big step. I'm not trying to sleep in a stinky van. So getting the smell out was the big step. And then once I said, okay, I got this thing clean, I've got enough of my blackouts. The blackouts that aren't done, I at least have the Velcro to where I could put the felt and stick it on there, so I can black out the window. It's not the best. It's not 100% stealth, but I have privacy, right? So I got that going on, got the smell out. What was the final step? I need something to sleep on, right? So I did my research, and I didn't skimp. It's not cheap. I will put it out there. I did a lot of cheap stuff, DIY, and anything I could get used. But this, I went all out. This is how you go, right? You don't want to be uncomfortable in a van where you're not sleeping like that. The point of it is that this is going to be where you sleep, right? And you need sleep to function properly. So if you're going to be uncomfortable, that defeats the whole purpose, right? You're not going to get your sleep. You're going to be miserable, on top of the constraints of living inside a van, or at least sleeping in a van, right? So I think that's a point where you should spend the money. And spend the money I did. $199. REI Kingdom, I think it's called Kingdom Cot. I think it's called. So it's a cot. It's a folding cot. I'll show you guys one time. So it doesn't really weigh much, so it's not adding to the weight of the vehicle. It's something I'm sensitive to in terms of the performance of the vehicle, the handling, the fuel efficiency. So it doesn't weigh much, and you can fold it up, have it completely flat. It folds up like a typical folding chair. You know those like chairs you would see at like a pool or something? So they fold up into this little square type of thing. So it doesn't take much room at all folded up. So you have the ability to reclaim a lot of space if you need to, just by folding it up. And then you set it out. You don't need to add a mattress. It comes with padding. I might put a mattress on top of it anyway. I'm on the side. It's a little on the firm side, so we'll see. But I did it. I literally went to REI and I walked in. I was like, "What do you guys have?" And I was like, I didn't see much. I said, "You don't have the Kingdom cot?" They're like, "No, it's here." I tried it out. I said, "This is legit," and I said, "Let's go." Bought it. Went straight home. Unboxed it. I got the box as material for blackouts, right? Recycle, right? I think I don't need it. I think I got enough material already, but whatever. I got it on standby if I need it. And it's pretty easy to set up. You just kind of roll it out, as long as you follow the proper steps. You roll it out, and you got these tensioners on the side. It's like a wheel, righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? So you roll it out, and you tighten those up, and you're good good to go. And it also can be, you can have it like this, where it's at a it's upright. I haven't played around with that much, but we'll see how that is, if that's comfortable or not. A lot of great reviews. That's why I got it. People said it's really cool. That it's multiple. Gave me the comment yet. So what I did was I relied strictly on the sleeping bag and my clothes. I also got a heated vest. Was Osmo or whatever it's called. I don't know if you can see the brand right here. So I got this. So it's heated. It's got 3 heat levels. I don't know, 3-4 hours at the highest setting. Maybe like 8 or something at the medium, and then the lowest setting like 12, I guess. I'm just guessing. Long enough. It lasted long enough. I didn't use it while I was sleeping. I don't think that's a safe idea. So a zero degree, which some people say would be too hot, a zero degree rated sleeping bag, I was good. I was totally comfortable all night. I was not cold at all. Temperatures were not extreme though. Temperatures dropped as low as 41. So I'm 41 outside in a van with just a sleeping bag to keep me warm. And I was comfortable. Now, interestingly enough, this morning, I started feeling a little cool. I did wake up in the middle of the night, I'm not sure why, probably just adjusting to sleeping in a van. But you guys probably can't even hear me because I'm so far in the woods. I'm in the mountains right now. I just got a leaf blower, so I'm going up to the house to go and well, I'm gonna leaf blow after work, but I want to go check it out, set it up and stuff, put it in storage. But yeah, I was good, man. I was comfortable. I don't know why I felt cold, little cold. I wouldn't say cold, but I felt a little cool in the morning. Yet all night long, as cold as it got, I was comfortable. I didn't have any issues. There was never a time where I was like, man, I wish I had an extra. No, I was good, man. I just zipped up. It's an open top, so you're not sealed up like a cocoon. It's like a rectangular shape. The top is like burrito, I guess, right? It's like it opens up like a burrito. So the top doesn't seal at all, right? So you can completely, you know, my head is inside of it, but the top is open. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. So you're not sealed up in there. And yeah, I slept. I don't know what word I want to use. I feel like I didn't get the best night's sleep, but I don't have any complaints. I feel fine today. I wasn't like waking up a ton of times in the middle of the night, and I wasn't like having trouble sleeping. Oh, there's a cop right here.
In 1 mile, continue straight.
Anyway, I gotta wrap up anyway because you guys probably can't hear a thing I'm saying. The reception up here. But yeah, I was good. The sleep was good enough that I wouldn't complain about it. I think it could be better, but that instinct of it could be better is not strong enough that it's worthy of any kind of complaints, even a moderate complaint. So it's light enough that I think
in
it
a
might
quarter
just
of a
be
mile,
purely
continue straight.
what happens when I like sleep in a hotel for the first night. It's an unusual setting. I'm not used to it. So there's gonna be that, like, to sleep properly, you need to be fully relaxed. I don't think I'm gonna be
continue straight
as relaxed as I would normally be if I'm sleeping in a foreign environment. At some beautiful female's house and getting some for the first time. I think I typically won't sleep 100%. I'll be up a little bit in the night, but I don't complain because obvious reasons. But regardless, so even in that situation where it's like, hey, I'm having a good time or whatever, and you know you were doing something that's burning energy, still the being in a foreign place, I'm just not gonna sleep like I would at home in my own bed, right? If it's someone I've been dating for a while, obviously you get the comfort level, but the point is comfort level with a different sleeping environment. So we'll see. I'm gonna see if it's consistently the way it is now, or does it get better over time, and then we'll investigate whether we should do a mattress on top of it, even though it has a mattress already. But yeah, I did my first night, good to go, no issues. So the next step is gonna be looking at power, solar panels, and what do you call those batteries? Those whatever it is, batteries, house batteries, solar panels, batteries. Also getting some kind of relay that will switch. So basically, the relay will it'll take power from two different sources. I think if it's taking power from your battery, and your battery gets to a point where it's lower than a certain point, it'll switch to like another battery or some other source, or maybe engage in charging that battery. But the bottom line is it'll be seamless in terms of you're always going to get power. It'll automatically change where the power is coming from based on, you know, what it's seeing, right? I think 12 volt or something, it'll close a circuit, right? The voltage gets below that, the circuit is open, and by it being open, it's making an alternate pathway. So you got an output of 12 volts, which can come from one source or another source, depending on whether the relay is open or closed. I think is a basic idea. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Hope you guys are doing well. And remember, black people are the original Jews. It's the hat, folks. It's the hat. Cat in the hat.